Hi everyone! Thanks for joining me today. For today's process video, I'll be using one of my April page kits. And for this kit, I am using a cut file to inspire me on how to lay out the page. This cut file is the Summer Sun cut file. I got it from Paige Evans. It's part of her newsletters that she sends out, and usually she will include a free cut file in that newsletter. So this one's called Summer Sun, and I really like the bright colors that I had in this kit, and the orange is really standing out to me, so I decided I was going to use the orange part of this white and orange pattern paper to fill in the letters for summer. Backing this cut file was actually quite tedious, but just to quickly describe what I do is I flip my cut file over onto the other side and then trace onto the back of the pattern paper that I want to use so that I don't have to spend time erasing the pencil marks, and I just traced around the letters and then cut a little bit on the inside of those lines, and then I would get the letters to fit into the cut file. I didn't make you watch my whole process. I took that part out, and you won't have to watch this either, but I just wanted to share that I use this really bright, pretty floral pattern paper with the orange and yellow and pink flowers as the rays for my sun. And again, I flip both my cut file and my pattern paper to the back, and I trace the cut file with a pencil and just cut on the inner side of the line. So now my cut file is done, and I will start bringing in how I want to lay out the pictures and what pattern papers I kind of want to use. I knew I wanted to use the blue because the orange really pops on top of the blue, and I really did like the bright striped colors from the other page, but I didn't want to cause too much busyness, so I used it as a border around the blue pattern paper. The photos I selected for this layout are summer related. Every summer, my husband's family has an annual get-together at their lake house, and this center photo of the sun is a picture of my husband and his brother. I thought it was really cute that they were just sitting there and chatting on the lawn chairs. But my photo wasn't wide enough to fill the whole space of that circle part of the cutout. So I kind of MacGyvered it to fit together. Any holes I had, I used other parts of the photo to fill in. And you can see I'm just really trying to cover up all the holes in the cutout so that it looked like it was one full photograph that took up the entire space. No one's going to know that it's pieced together other than everyone here who's watching. But I thought it still worked out pretty well. You couldn't tell that well that it was pieced together. And then I had two additional photos. One is the pontoon boat, that it's quite a tradition to always take a ride on the pontoon boat on the lake, and also where the little kids are always playing on the beach. Those are the other two photos that I'm planning to use. And you can see that right now I'm gutting the bright striped rainbow pattern paper because I really wanted to use some of that paper, of course, on the front, but I just didn't want to use a lot of it. I ended up using the striped pattern paper for the matting of my smaller photos that I will be having in the corners of the layout. Now you get to see how I use the most random adhesives to piece together pages. I'm using the washi to hold down the photo with the cut file. I used my little glue pen to try to get the edges to make sure that it was glued down, but I didn't have enough of the photograph overlapping with the cut file to get to use that very much. But the washi tape is going to work. Next, you'll see me trying to lay out the other two photos on this page, and I end up doing a diagonal from the lower left to the upper right. I thought that flowed nicely. In a little bit, you'll see me pull for all the little embellishments I had decided to add to this page. I had some wood veneer, some stickers, and these tiny little cut-aparts from a small 6x6 paper pad. I thought they might go well along with the photos if they got scattered around a little bit. In the end, I ended up just using only bits and pieces of them because it would have kind of cluttered the page more than I would have preferred. I did like this banner, and again, I am fussy cutting out just this little banner portion of this cut apart and trying to just use what I really want to use. And then I decided to put this clear sticker that says favorites on it and make it my title, which would be summer favorites. Shortly, you're going to find out that I did lose some footage again, and you will not see me add the sticker embellishments and these cut apart embellishments to the page and adhere them, but that's okay. You still get a good portion of the additional embellishments I add towards the end. The big surprise would be I decided to use all of those brads that you see on the table. Usually I would use enamel dots, but I'm definitely trying to make my way through my supplies, and I thought these colored brads I found matched really well with the rainbow striped pattern paper in the back. So I am stamping the date with my roller date stamp, and I put them in two spots. One has the darker and then the other one is the shadow of it at the bottom. With the sun being a circular element, I definitely thought these dark wood veneer pieces would be really nice since they were circular too. The @ sign is actually right next to the journaling, and you can read it fairly well in terms of saying where we were. And I started spreading out the brads I wanted to use, trying to make sure like the colors were spread out evenly across the page, and I realized this was going to take forever. So I'm going to speed up this next part because I ended up deciding I was just going to quickly poke holes with my poker. I don't think there's a term for this tool. I forgot what it's called. I did start off with my crocodile, but I think that the holes that would have made would have been too big for my brads and they would have fallen right through. So I do just come in with my poker tool and just poke holes through the page and had them scattered all over, surrounding the sun as well as the diagonal photos. This is pretty much the last thing I do to complete the page. So I hope you enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of process videos and other types of videos coming out soon. Thank you so much and have a great day.